Hi, welcome to the Success Seeds. Zen is a school of Buddhism that originated in China during the 6th century CE. It is known for its emphasis on the direct experience of reality through meditation and the practice of mindfulness. Zen has had a profound impact on many aspects of Japanese culture, including art, literature, and philosophy. Zen Flesh, Zen Bones is a collection of Zen stories, teachings, and koans compiled by Paul Reps and Nyogen Senzaki. The book contains some of the most well-known and beloved Zen stories and has been an inspiration to many students of Zen. In this book, we will explore key lessons from Zen Flesh, Zen Bones. Lesson 1. The importance of mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness is a central tenet of Zen philosophy. Zen Flesh, Zen Bones contains numerous stories that demonstrate the importance of mindfulness and how it can be cultivated through practice. One of the stories that illustrate the significance of mindfulness is the sound of one hand clapping. In this story, a Zen master asks his student to show him the sound of one hand clapping. The student struggles to find an answer, but eventually realizes that the sound of one hand clapping is the sound of mindfulness. The Zen master affirms that the student has grasped an essential aspect of Zen practice. This story emphasizes the significance of being present in the moment and paying attention to our surroundings. It also highlights how mindfulness can help us cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By being fully present and aware, we can develop greater clarity, insight, and wisdom. Another story that illustrates the importance of mindfulness is a cup of tea. In this story, a Zen master pours tea for a scholar. As he pours the tea, he fills the cup until it overflows. The scholar protests, stating that the cup is already full. The Zen master responds by saying that the scholar's mind is like the cup, full of preconceived notions and ideas. The overflowing cup encourages the scholar to let go of his preconceptions and embrace the present moment. This story emphasizes the importance of letting go of our attachments and being open to the present moment. By being mindful and aware, we can develop a deeper sense of acceptance and understanding. This, in turn, can lead to greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment in our lives. Zen practitioners cultivate mindfulness through various techniques, including sitting meditation, walking meditation, and mindful breathing. Regular practice of these techniques can develop a greater sense of awareness and presence in our daily lives. This can help us to live more fully and authentically, with greater clarity and insight into our experiences. Lesson 2. The illusory nature of reality. Zen philosophy believes that reality is an illusion and that we must look beyond the illusions of our minds to find true understanding. Zen Flesh, Zen Bones features many stories that explore this concept and provide insights into how we can see through the illusions of our minds. One story that depicts the illusory nature of reality is The Moon Cannot Be Stolen. The tale involves a thief who asks a Zen master how he can steal the moon. The Zen master replies that the moon cannot be stolen because it is always present, even when it appears to be hidden by clouds. The thief realizes that the Zen master is speaking metaphorically and that the moon represents the truth that cannot be taken away. This story illustrates the idea that reality is not always what it seems and that we must look beyond the surface appearances to find deeper truths. The moon represents the truth, and the thief's attempt to steal it symbolizes our attachment to the illusions of our minds. The Zen master's response encourages us to seek the truth beyond our illusions and to realize that it is always present, even if we cannot always see it. Another story that explores the illusory nature of reality is The Two Monks. In this story, two monks come across a river where they meet a woman who needs help crossing. One of the monks carries the woman across the river, breaking their rule of not touching a woman. After they cross the river, the woman thanks the monk and goes on her way. The monk who carried the woman becomes increasingly upset and agitated, breaking their rule by touching a woman. The other monk reminds him that the rule was put down hours ago and asks why he is still carrying it. This story illustrates how our attachment to rules and concepts can blind us to the reality of the present moment. The monk who carried the woman became so fixated on the rule that he missed the opportunity to help someone in need. By contrast, the other monk recognized the impermanence of the situation and was able to let go of it. Meditation and mindfulness are the practices that allow us to see through the illusions of our minds and recognize the reality beyond them. By training our minds to see beyond our illusions and preconceptions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Through this practice, we can learn to see the truth that is always present, even when it is obscured by the illusions of our minds. Lesson 3. The importance of humility. In Zen philosophy, humility is regarded as an essential virtue. One of the stories in Zen Flesh, Zen Bones that illustrates the importance of humility is Hyakujo's fox. In the story, the monk Hyakuho advises his students not to believe anything without first verifying it for themselves. One day, a fox appears and claims to be a farmer about who had attained enlightenment in a past life. Hyakuho, who is skeptical of the fox's claim, asks it whether it knows the truth beyond what it learned in its previous life. The fox admits that it does not and disappears. This story teaches us the significance of skepticism and humility. Even though the fox claimed to have attained enlightenment, Hyakuho did not accept its claim blindly and instead tested the fox's understanding. By doing so, he demonstrated the importance of approaching even the most exalted claims with humility and skepticism. In Zen philosophy, humility is also closely linked to the idea of non-attachment. When we are humble, we recognize that we are not the center of the universe and that our desires and attachments are not the most crucial things in the world. By letting go of our ego and desires, we can become more attuned to the needs of others and the greater truths of the world around us. Lesson 4. The importance of non-attachment. Zen philosophy is centered on the principle of non-attachment, which emphasizes the importance of letting go of desires and attachments. The practice of non-attachment involves cultivating the ability to observe our desires and emotions without becoming attached to them. By doing so, we can attain a clear and unobstructed view of the world, free ourselves from suffering, and ultimately reach enlightenment. Non-attachment is also closely related to the concept of impermanence. In Zen philosophy, everything is constantly changing, and attachment to things that are impermanent can lead to suffering. Lesson 5. The importance of meditation. Zen emphasizes the importance of meditation, which is the practice of training the mind to be calm and focused. In Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, there are many stories that illustrate the importance of meditation. One such story is The 10 Bulls. In this story, a Zen master describes the process of spiritual awakening through the metaphor of a bull. The story describes the different stages of meditation and the process of realizing the true nature of reality. The 10 Bulls. The 10 Bulls, also known as the 10 Ox Herding Pictures, is a series of Zen illustrations that depict the journey towards enlightenment. The series is believed to have originated in China during the 12th century and was later popularized in Japan. Each of the 10 pictures represents a stage in the journey towards self-realization and enlightenment. The story is often used as a metaphor for the spiritual journey towards self-discovery and awakening. The first picture, titled The Search for the Bull, shows a man looking for his lost ox. This represents the beginning of the spiritual journey, where an individual becomes aware of their innermost desires and seeks to find meaning in life. The second picture, Discovery of the Footprints, depicts the discovery of the tracks left by the ox. This represents the initial recognition of the self and the beginning of self-awareness. The third picture, Perceiving the Bull, shows the ox in the distance, representing the first glimpses of the true self. In the fourth picture, Catching the Bull, the ox is finally captured. This represents the beginning of self-discipline and control over one's own thoughts and emotions. The fifth picture, Taming the Bull, shows the ox being tamed and brought under control. This represents the cultivation of inner peace and the development of spiritual discipline. The sixth picture, Riding the Bull Home, depicts the ox being ridden back to the starting point, representing the return to one's true nature and the achievement of inner harmony. The seventh picture, The Bull Transcended, shows the ox disappearing, representing the transcendence of the self and the attainment of enlightenment. In the eighth picture, Both Bull and Self Transcended, the individual transcends not only the self but also the world around them, achieving a state of complete unity with all things. In the ninth picture, Reaching the Source, the individual reaches the source of all things and achieves complete understanding of the universe and their place within it. Finally, in the 10th picture, Return to Society, the individual returns to the world to share their newfound knowledge and enlightenment with others. The 10 Bulls story serves as a powerful metaphor for the journey towards self-discovery and enlightenment. It shows that the path is not always easy, and it requires discipline and dedication. However, through this journey, one can achieve a state of inner peace and understanding that can be shared with others. The story encourages individuals to seek their own path towards self-realization and to embrace the challenges that come with it. Lesson 6. The importance of compassion. Compassion is a fundamental aspect of Zen philosophy, promoting empathy and concern for all living beings. In Sanskrit, compassion is known as karuna, which is a core principle of Buddhism, which Zen is based on. It involves recognizing the suffering of others and taking action to ease it. Compassion is regarded as one of the four immeasurables along with love, joy, and equanimity, which guide one towards enlightenment. One of the most famous Zen stories, The Tiger and the Strawberry, illustrates the importance of compassion. It tells the story of a man chased by a tiger who hangs off a cliff edge to escape. While hanging there, he spots a ripe strawberry growing beside him, and he savors its sweetness, even though he's in a life-threatening situation. This tale demonstrates that even amidst suffering and danger, there is beauty and joy to be found in the present moment. It also emphasizes the need for compassion towards oneself and others, even during challenging circumstances. Another story that emphasizes the importance of compassion is The Thief Who Became a Disciple. In this story, a thief confesses to Zen master Hakuin, who advises the thief to return what he had stolen and make amends for his wrongdoing. The thief follows the advice and becomes a disciple of Zen. The story emphasizes the power of compassion and forgiveness, even towards those who have caused harm. It also highlights the need to take responsibility and make amends for our actions. The concept of compassion is also closely linked to interdependence. According to Zen philosophy, everything is connected, and our actions have consequences for others. Practicing compassion towards others creates positive effects that spread throughout the world, benefiting those around us. In conclusion, compassion is a crucial element of Zen philosophy. Through stories like The Tiger and the Strawberry and The Thief Who Became a Disciple, we learn about the significance of compassion towards oneself and others. By acknowledging the interconnectedness of all things and acting to ease the suffering of others, we can create positive change and contribute to a more compassionate world. Thanks for watching. For more such videos, please subscribe.